Hey Facebook world, this is Pastor Paul with Source Connection Church, and this is day number 16 of our 21-day corporate fast, and I'm just giving you the daily recap. Today was a good day. Today I got up, believe it or not, went off to work, got to work, and my coworker said, "How did it go?" I said, "Yeah, I had a pretty good weekend, etc." He was like, "No, how did it go?" "The jury duty." And I said, "I totally forgot about the jury duty." So I grabbed the note, the jury duty instructions, and it said 9 o'clock. And so I ran back to the parking lot, jumped in the car, headed back about a 40-minute drive to get to jury duty, and going through traffic, going through lights and stop signs and all that kind of stuff. And there was no park, so I had to find a park. Got there, kind of running, and got to the jury room, and the guy looked at me and said, "Are you here for this?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Man, you made it by the skin of your teeth. You just made it in time," because I was about to shut that door. And I felt so relieved, and I knew that was a blessing of the Lord. So that was a little testimony that kind of got my day started. Somewhat on a good note. It kind of got sour because I was stuck in a jury room for a very long time. And that kind of threw me off a little bit. But nevertheless, when you're on a 21-day fast, mental toughness, mental focus is a must. So I was able to focus mentally, and during those long waiting periods when you're waiting for them to get back with you and all that, I just kept my mind on the Lord, and I was able to just, at one point they left us in the room, and they had took a group of individuals to the courtroom. And it was during that time I was able to just spend some time in prayer. Didn't make a big show, just sort of closed my eyes like I'm asleep, and I was just able to be in prayer. So it went good. It did kind of fatigue me out a little bit, but I got home and had a family prayer so far. And right now it's sort of the early evening for my wife and I, so we're getting ready to have our corporate prayer together. My wife and I will be praying over all the prayer needs. So needless to say, this fast, this day went very good. I was reminded today of Jesus, our leader, our model, our commander-in-chief. We always want to keep our eyes on Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith, and what he had to say about fasting. There was an incident where Jesus went up to the mountain. He took a few of his disciples, but he came back down, and he was met with some disturbing news, some commotion. And there was a father, and his son was vexed by a deaf and dumb spirit that was just tormenting, just torturing his son. And this man came to Jesus and said, "Jesus, can you liberate my son? I asked your disciples and they could not get him liberated." And Jesus was like, "How long do I have to put up with you? You should be able to do this by now." And Jesus drove out the deaf and dumb spirit, liberated the man. And I think his disciples were kind of embarrassed, kind of ashamed, like, "What's up with that? You gave us power and dominion over sickness and disease and all that. We've been casting out devils. How come we couldn't get this one out?" So when they had a private moment with Jesus, they asked him about this matter. And Jesus said these words. He says, "These kind do not come out except by prayer and fasting." Wow, he gave a really good point, prayer and fasting. There's some obstacles you're going to face. There's some situations, there's some opposition you're going to face in your journey. And, you're praying, you are a prayer warrior, you're a man of faith, you're a woman of faith, but your prayers are just not getting the job done. According to Jesus, couple it with some fasting and watch what happens. Fasting intensifies your prayer. It intensifies heaven's response towards your prayer requests. So I'm going to wrap it up for right now. Look forward to talking to you tomorrow about day number 17. We are headed towards the end, which is going to be Saturday, our grand finale. So let there be grace upon you. Let there be the blessing of the Lord, the grace and the power of God as you come down this final stretch of fasting. And may you be blessed for this evening, and we'll sign you out for right now. We'll catch you tomorrow.